Sir, Israel intensifies assault on Deir al-Bala. It's a new place, western part of Gaza. Northern western part of targeting hostages but impacting tens of thousands of civilians. According to source, The Guardian, they are looking for 48 Israeli hostages. They suspect that these hostages might be here, but they are disrupting the lives of tens of thousands of people. Do you think hostages are just a issue?
Probably hostages are not the main issue here.
They are the trump card.
There is a trump card. There is a trump card. Actually, Israel has an, I personally feel that probably they have an objective, and that is to completely ethnically cleanse that area and make it part of greater Israel. And so that there is no Arabs, that means the Palestinians living inside. That is probably their target in future. If it continues for another few years, probably there will be hardly any Palestinian left in Israel or on Gaza, entire Gaza. Now, as you said, here the Egyptian government has to be blamed to a great extent, because you see, it's again the good old gate game that is being played. It's all geopolitical game that is being played, because Israel, with the help of Israel, USA wants to control the Middle East, and they want to ensure that there is no one who ever would be able to come up again, because for them Iran was one. So they targeted Iran, but they could not succeed fully. Partially they have probably damaged Iran. They are worried about Turkey, although Turkey is a member of NATO, but then at the end of the day, it is a Muslim country. And Turkey, same is the case with Pakistan, because you can't rule out Israel. If they succeed in breaking down Iran, they might come and hit Pakistan, because it is a question of taking total control over the area.
Sir, I will come back again.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Now, coming to the tariff in Bangladesh case, you see, South Korea, Japan, and Philippines, they have different relationship with USA.
Yes.
But with Bangladesh, it is a complete different case. Bangladesh is in a fix, because for Bangladesh's own survival, Bangladesh is too small a country. You are surrounded by a country who is hostile to you now. You do not have a neighbor who can come and rescue you.
You are a very senior person. So far I can remember you were at service that time when two-state solution and the peace deal took place under the negotiation of Bill Clinton in Washington DC by Yasser Arafat and Yitzhak Rabin, and they have been awarded for that, they have been rewarded for that. One question is raising in my mind, is still Palestine is a country, Israel is a country, but in Gaza it is controlled by Hamas. Why Israeli authority is attacking only Gaza and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas is so reluctant?
Okay. Now, you see, you have asked a question, you have to go back a little bit. Who are Hamas? Where did they come from? Hamas was created to counter Al-Fatah. Yasser Arafat was leader of the Fatah group. So, Hamas was created to counter them.
Right.
Isn't it? Now, so Hamas, because Fatah is in the West Bank, Hamas is controlling the Gaza Strip. So, Hamas probably grew too strong, and they started threatening Israel. So, they needed to sort out Hamas. In the process, what they have done, because Mahmoud Abbas is not concerned much. Their internal, the rivalry between Hamas and Al-Fatah is very much visible here. It is because there is a rivalry within the Arab factions, Arab countries, that the Israelis have been thriving.
Iran and Israel issues are with you. The 12-day Iran-Israel war in June left thousands dead and infrastructure devastation. Recent strikes disabled key Iranian nuclear and military sites, prompting regional spillovers. And separately, Israeli strikes in Syria and Gaza have frustrated United States, straining its support to Israel. And President himself, Donald Trump, says, I am not happy with Israel, I am not happy with Benjamin Netanyahu. He also added, I am not happy with Iran either. But he striked on Iran. He said nothing to Israel. And I know you have a historical knowledge on that, about the two-state solution and the American presidency.
Thank you, Mr. Rashid. Now, coming to your first question, that why did after the end of the 12-day war, again when Israel struck in Syria, Trump showed his annoyance, because Trump at times he tries to show that he is a very genuine peacemaker. Probably, I don't know, maybe sort of personality in him, that he is in a dilemma, what should he do? Now, what I was talking to before during the break was, if you look at the presidents who had been holding office during the 20th century, starting from President Woodrow Wilson, the US president, there was a time when the US president is to be treated as a fatherly figure.
Yes.
A person who is honest, who is a group of good character, who does not have any vices, sort of say.
Humbleness as well.
Very humble. But then slowly, gradually that thing has changed. Now, President Woodrow Wilson was probably one of the presidents who had that sort of opinion. He himself was a professor of international relations. So, he was the man who gave the idea of the United Nations, as you know, League of Nations. But then after that, because of the circumstances, the US president, we did not have a statement president. Probably after Woodrow Wilson, Bill Clinton wanted to become some sort of statesman, because that is why he was trying to, the last days of his presidency, he wanted to solve the Palestine issue, talked about the two-state solution. He brought both Yasser Arafat and Yitzhak Rabin, and they shook hands. That was a very iconic photograph in those days. We thought that probably we were heading towards some sort of peace in Middle East. But with the change of president, after
George
Bill
W.
Clinton,
Bush has come.
When Bush came in, if you look at one thing, that Bush took over on 20th January 2001. And in September 2001, the
9/11 took place.
9/11 took place. Now, 9/11 itself is a very controversial thing, as it seems now. So, we did not see anyone. And with the passage of time, probably Obama was another person probably who had given some semblance of a statesman. But Trump is not at all. He is more of a businessman. He is trying to do his personal business and his friends' business. He is not bothered about what happens to the American public. Now, imagine that the cost of living in USA is rising so fast. It is going to, if they are imposing tariff on the countries
but
like
he says he is going to make America great again.
How? That I do not know. He has no solution to it. He talks, he will make America great. In which sense, I do not know. Because imagine that the moment the 35% duty is levied on the import from Bangladesh, these garments would be bought by the Americans. These have impact on the prices.
So, they will have to pay.
They have to pay. It is the American public who have to pay for it. Already, I do not know, I have heard that probably the cost of eggs have gone up from $1 a dozen to $13. It went shot up to $13. Now probably I don't know, it's being sold for $7 or $9, something like that. So by which sense is America is becoming great again?